Hello there. I hope you are all doing well. Today I'm talking about the people who say hi and that hi has an impact on our lives. If that people or that person is really real, it really doesn't have to be that you are going to enjoy your cup of coffee, being at a restaurant, or placing an order for a big pizza. Instead, you can go outside. You can hug the order of the nature. You can see the bird flying. You can even see the birds who are screeching. You can sense the smell of the flower. You trust me, the order is magnanimous. The odor of the flower can be even much more better than the branded perfume. You have to trust me about that. Sometimes you get perplexed about choosing the colors of your outfit for any social gatherings because you don't know what color to wear or which color to pick that you are supposed to put on. But you have to trust me. If your mind is obnoxious and you have no idea which color you are going to put on, which color you are going to be selecting, then look at white. What about choosing white? Because it brings the sense of serenity. It must be by your own choice. It's not like that somebody is penetrating and it is not forced. You are not being forced. It's completely up to you what color you are going to be choosing. But what if you are entirely pure and you are about to be entering into a life where you want to make a divine connection with the nature with the help of your God, then white is your color. What else should I say? Yes, the color white has some implicit level of impact on your mind as well as your physique. What if you don't feel like going to your office? One day could be taken as a form of leave and go outside, meet one of your friends, call one of your friends whom you have been detached for a long period of time. Just call them or call him or call her. What if you send a message what you have been hesitating to write about for a long period of time? It makes you feel, understand, you are being rejuvenated in a new way that gives you a certain perspective about your life to enter into a new era, to enter into a new castle where you will find less toxicity. What if you become alone or not expecting for any phone calls or any messages? Because every single day we are not supposed to be into the spotlight. It is somebody else whose day is getting celebrated, but we can be the part of that celebration out of their achievements, out of his or her achievement. It is also a form of validation where we find ourselves that slowly we are becoming purified. We are less filtered now. It's not always required that you have to filter your life every single day. Sometimes you can be brutally honest about whatever you have been hesitating to tell something to one of the people who you actually didn't like. It's not a big mistake. A person cannot be an example of so called being perfectionist. We all have our own weakness. We all have our flaws. We all have our mistakes that could be vigilantly observed by others. But if it is really a form of big mistake, then we will have to slowly realize that out of our own realization, and it can be omitted. But don't run after perfection. If you are honest about your work, if you are honest about your life, if you are honest about your decency, if you are honest about your honesty, then slowly you will see how beautiful the life is. Life is constantly giving us enormous stuff that we cannot even envisage about. What we should do is exactly keeping our eyes everywhere where we feel the sense of peacefulness. That's what is required. Sometimes your screen time can be minimized. You can be with the nature. You can spend some time with your family members. You can spend some times with your mom who is invested, who is occupied watching daily soaps. That is not your cup of tea, but still you can entertain that person because one day, if that person is gone, probably you might repent later on. Those are our closed people who we are bonded with. Then it's not always necessary to talk about their flaws. Rather, ventilation could be done in some other ways. You can cry, you can scream, you can even write something, a good piece of podcast, a good piece of movie, a veteran person's advice can change your notion, can change your perspective about life that you have been absolutely unaware of. That's how we slowly improvise ourselves. That's how our life is constantly getting rectified and improvised. But there is no room for improvement. There is no limitation for improvement. We keep on making mistakes, but out of that mistakes, we get a great lesson. And once we have been taught, probably we are not going to be repeating that mistake once again. If we keep on making that mistakes over and over again, then that is called sin because you are known about this fact, but you are doing it deliberately. That is your fault. So you will have to understand that as well. At the same time, life gives you so many chances. Everybody will criticize you, but it's your responsibility how much to take, how much to listen to, how much to accept, how much you are going to neglect, whom you are going to avoid, who should be avoided from your life. It is all about you and your responsibility. Your life is your responsibility. It is your choice how you are going to be leading your life. Rather, listening to others and making your life so called perfect, but still at the back of your mind, you might not be indulged. Rather, you can make mistakes, but still, it is your choice. The choice is yours. That's all for tonight.